In this video, I want to talk a little bit about the Nunchaku, and one of the great applications for Nunchaku, and some of the stuff that I see online where people talk about this, and they often compare it to a baseball bat, which is a ridiculous comparison because a baseball bat is a two-handed weapon, right? That is a weapon you basically need two hands to swing a baseball bat effectively. It's a huge weapon. It's a two-handed weapon. The nunchaku are very much a single-handed weapon, and they need to be compared against other single-handed weapons for something to be a realistic and practical comparison. So one of the advantages of a weapon like this, and where a weapon like nunchaku would be so valuable in real life, is let's say I came up against somebody with a knife. This is the kind of weapon that can defeat the knife. If you have a knife, there's nothing that you can do to get past this. So you look at this here, let's just say this is like a standard military knife with approximately a 5 or a 6-inch blade. Your absolutely standard issue, typical knife simulated here. So, and these are your absolutely standard nunchaku here, approximately 12 inches long at the handle, standard length chain. And it wouldn't make any difference if this was chain or if this was cord in between here. But if you look at this here, I'm not going to try to block, right? If he comes at me with the knife and he tries to stab me, I'm not going to waste my time trying to block or trying to tie up the knife or doing any of this baloney that you see in some of the videos or techniques out there. It's unnecessary. This is the kind of weapon that is almost exclusively an offensive weapon. There are some blocks that you can do with it, but generally you don't want to be, if you don't have to, you don't want to be trying to block with nunchaku, and you would never want to try to block against somebody who has a knife because it's a very, very fast weapon that they can manipulate very, very quickly. So all I'm going to do with the nunchaku is I just keep it moving. Right? I'm just going to keep the weapon moving. I keep it in motion, and there's no getting past that. He doesn't get in. There's never an opportunity where he can come forward and get his strike without getting hit. If he comes a little bit close to me, then the arm is going to get hit. The knife is going to get hit. This is the kind of weapon where I can break his wrist in a single strike, and it's not going to kick back and hit me when I hit his wrist. Any light target that I hit, the weapon is not going to kick back. So I can strike, I can disarm him, I can do damage to him before he even gets near me. And if he does actually get close enough, then the weapon is going to come around and he's going to get it in the head at this point here. And that's going to be a fractured skull. One shot, fractured skull, and the fight's over at that point. So at every level, if he gets close enough to me to get hit with this, I'm always going to get him first before he's ever going to reach me with the knife. He's always going to get this first. And this is going to be fight over at that point. In one shot, it's done and it's over. If he's further away from me, then he's going to get it in the hand or in the wrist. I'm going to target the knife. I'm going to target the arm. I'm going to target anything that I can hit here. And as soon as he gets struck once, maybe twice on the arm, it's over. I can break the wrist with this weapon. The fight's over. He has no chance of getting, look at the difference in reach, the difference in range. So you can see, he has no chance of getting past this to be able to get me with this. He's outmatched in both speed and range. And you can give up one or the other. You can have somebody with a weapon that they can move faster as long as you have the reach, and that's fine. you can give up one or the other, but you can't give up both in a fight. If you don't have the speed or the reach and you're outmatched in both, then it's over. The fight's over at that point. You don't have a chance. So something to keep in mind, one of the reasons why a weapon like this is very useful, every weapon has another weapon that it can defeat, something that it is very good against in battle, and then something that will defeat this weapon. For example, a longer range weapon like a bow staff would be fantastic to use against Nunchaku, because now I can't get close to him. He can always hit me before I can get near him. So there's always a weapon that can defeat another weapon, and there's always a weapon that is good against a particular type of weapon. So whether he has a knife, whether he has a baton, this would be a preferred option in both of those situations. So, till next time, thanks.